Alright, this is a van body that we're going to repair and swap over and put on the Tot'r. It's all fiberglass. It's a unicell, and it's completely wrapped. In other words, the roof, the sides, the front is all fiberglass, all one piece, except for it's got a translucent panel in the middle that we've got to do something with. Has a roll-up rear door. That's going to be taken out. We're going to sheet that in and put a regular entry door, RV entry door in it. We're going to cut windows. We're going to dismantle the inside, and so that we can put more supports in and insulate, and we'll frame it for windows. And like I say, the top has a translucent panel. We've got to fiberglass that over, or replace it with fiberglass, and that's probably just about where the AC unit's going to sit. The floor in here would be thick enough, and it looks like 1-inch plywood, good heavy floor, but the underneath is tied to the van frame. In other words, it's all welded, and this body isn't designed to be taken off. So we're going to be taking the floor out, figuring out where the supports are, take this body off, and build an entire new platform out of steel. Then we'll cover that with a waterproof membrane, insulate that, and then put our plywood or flooring on top of that. So this is the beginning. This is the start of the body that'll be going over onto the Tot'r. We got the Tot'r back, the transmission works, and we replaced the transmission, and everything works as planned. Alright, a little update here. Here's the roll-up door. Got that out. It was pretty rotten, the door itself. And this is the inside construction. I've taken one wall down. It's pretty amazing how these things are built. You don't think about these cargo boxes going down the road until you actually see how they're constructed. This is plywood, and if you look, this is a fiberglass strand that ties them together. I'm sure they must be stapled too, but they're actually tied together with strands of fiberglass all the way around, wrapped. Then it's glued to the fiberglass wall inside, and the plywood, which was very thin, 1/4-inch Luan really, applied to that, screwed fast to that, and then this entire cage, you can see it's loose, is actually fastened to the body with these strips. These strips are screwed fast. You can see a screw here that I started to take out, and then realized how this body was actually attached to the frame. But it's actually going to make it very easy to take apart. This, once the inside is completely taken out and it's bolted, inside, all the way around with these bolts. You can see them. So this chassis is bolted solid to the body. A lot of people say you can't bolt the bodies, and the body and the bigger body, you can't bolt them solid. I believe you can. This is a short one, but this is going to flex just as much. So we'll see how I do it. If I bolt it fast or if I make a pass through that's independent. We'll see. Alright, here's an update. I didn't bore you with taking video of taking all the screws out, but we got all the screws out, all the plywood out, got the door out, pulled this rear section of plywood off. Obviously you can see how rusty everything is, and we pulled the rear plywood off so that we could get to this back section here, because that's overlapped the body, so that when we lift it off, we have to lift it up, slide it back, and then it'll come off. And this gives you an idea of how these bodies are constructed, these cargo bodies. Not much to them. Like I say, they're screwed fast to the sides here. You can see the screws where they came through, where the supports. These were all rotted. They were all already gone. So, on both sides. Obviously, that's probably where all the salt and stuff from the road got thrown up and trapped and rusted everything out. So this was on its way out anyway before we parked it. We parked it probably maybe 4 years ago, and because it was getting pretty bad. So there's our update. Our next thing to do. We're all unhooked. It's all the screws are out, bolts are out of the front. Our next job is to get a tractor with a front end loader in here, and we'll build a support for the roof, and so we can come in here with a loader and a bucket and go up against the roof and pick it up, slide it back, and take her off. I thought I'd give you a little oversight on some of the planning that goes into building one of these things. The one thing that you have to know is the dimensions of everything that you're going to be putting in here. And we have another what I call donor that will supply a bathtub, a toilet, and an AC unit, kitchen sink, maybe some cabinetry. All depends upon how it comes apart and how if it's usable. But the thought process, just starts just overlaying or just kind of looking at things and knowing how things go in. There's my son's dog. He likes to check things out, make sure there's no mice around. So the thought process in this, obviously this will be the back. This is going to have a door in the middle, regular RV door. Over in this area, over in here, will be the bathroom sink. Next will be the bathtub. Then the toilet. This will all be in one room. The bathtub shower unit is 38 inches. The kitchen sink area is approximately 15 inches. The toilet area is another 15, 20 inches in that area. Very compact. So by the time you add all of this together, it is only about 6 foot in that area. So then this is a 12-foot body, so you got another 12 foot into this area to put, there'll be a wall over here, kitchen sink, microwave can go above it, countertop all the way across, so that you can have drawers and storage underneath. and obviously cabinetry above. In the same way, you can go cabinets all the way across the front. This area in here can become a closet. Obviously this door will be a pass-through in this area here. I'm going to keep this actual hole smaller than you would on a normal RV, only to give me room to build things on either side of the door. So this is going to become a closet area here, a small dinette area in this area, and in the back section is going to be a jackknife couch, which the jackknife couches are around 72, 73 inches long. So you can see how all of this stuff will kind of tie in together. I'm pretty firm on the floor plan at this point. Like I say, up here is, up in this area, is going to be the AC unit. There will be some other vents and stuff like that, obviously put in for ventilation, for that kind of stuff. I am famous for, when I put in my ventilation, to put things through the wall rather than through the roof. I just don't like putting a lot of things on the roof, and it also frees up this roof area if I want to put solar on the roof of the truck. So that's always another option. Underneath the kitchen sink, which is almost always a dead area, we can put our water heater there. All of our tanks will be underneath and along the sides, because with a truck or with a motorhome, you can't put nothing in the center. Everything has to be on the sides. So, at least with the truck that I'm building. So we can put, and we have a 236 inch, I believe it is, wheelbase on the other truck. So we're going to have a lot of room to put things along the sides. So that's the quick thought process of how I lay out a RV when I start putting them together. Always interesting. Plans sometimes change. Also have to look at what's going to be underneath. On the other, when this body is mounted on the other truck, these tires will not be in this position. They will be way back on the back. I can show you how I've laid out the truck now. On my truck area, I've measured, the body is almost 13 feet. It's 12 foot inside. So this is my 13-foot mark. This is where I can figure where the body is going to end. So you can see the reason why I say the tires are not going to be involved, and I have all of this frame on both sides to put tanks and stuff like that. All of your black water, gray water, all those tanks need to be on that side, on the right hand side, because that's where majority of your campsites, your dump and all of that stuff is going to be on that side. This particular truck, after the body, after that line there, up to this line right here, is going to be a flatbed, so that I can put, and this is going to be hauling a fifth wheel, so this is my minimum for my kingpin, is going to be right here. Okay, so I need to put my kingpin or my fifth wheel no further forward than this, so that I know that I have enough room to turn and not worry about it. So this is where the frame will be cut off. We'll cut this section from there back off, and we will build in for a bumper pull hitch, and put our body. This is going to actually have an enclosed body put on the back, so that we'll tie this body that we're putting on here. This body will be tied into this body, and it'll also go down like a skirt going down, so that when we put our tanks and compartments for storage, all of that stuff along the side over through here, you're not really going to see it per se. It's all going to be enclosed. All right. So this is our update to right now. We're getting close to the end of October here, so we're hoping to get the steel and build our body, our floor platform, so that we can mount our body onto that. Hopefully, because we're working outside here, so hopefully we can get this done before winter. All right. Catch you later. I wanted to show you real quick how these bodies are made. This particular body is made by Unicell, and you can see that it's completely one piece. The sides, the roof, the front, everything is totally one piece of fiberglass. This is that translucent panel. We probably will put another layer of fiberglass over top of this. This is this stuff that you see here is a growth. Fiberglass will actually grow. It'll get moldy even on the outside. It'll grow this material or this stuff on it, and it will actually deteriorate that way if it's not taken care of. Got some damage on the back corner. Somebody must have rubbed up against something, but all of that stuff is very easily fixed on a fiberglass body. Just thought I'd show you a real quick overview of one of the reasons why I chose this particular body. One, I had it, but two, it's going to make a really good body to build a oversized sleeper / RV on the back of my Tot'r.